sauce on my titties, and I'm like, what the fuck? I got one more round to go. Baby, even though I hate it, I wanna lay it. I want you. And even though I never give it, I really wanna. I want you. Tell me, baby, why can't you leave me? 'Cause even though I should've won it, I gotta have it. I want you. Head in the clouds, got no weight on my shoulders. I should be wiser, I realize that I can't. One less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem. But you won't be one like what? One less problem. Head in the clouds, got no weight on the shoulder. I should be wiser and realize that I got
So that was all of that. That's not all about that bass. That was the last video. That was actually the other video of the return of Zach. And if you want to know why this video is coming to you so late, go to what am I trying to say? The new kid, and click on the return of Zach. And I do the rant at the end of that video. So if you want to hear a rant about something, go to that video. Okay. So, in the last chapter, we read, this is, my stepbrother, just to let you guys know. It is chapter 19. So, in chapter 18, we found out that they had us, Corey, Trace, and Zeke all are having a sleepover. So, something that I'm actually going to start doing, I'm actually going to be reading the last paragraph of each thing, and then going into the real chapter. So, yeah. We were all crushed together, and Trace's body was lying comfortably curved into mine. Great, I was spooning with my stepbrother while my boyfriend is snuggling with me. Mini-Me was certainly going to make a special guest appearance by the morning, and everything would be extremely awkward. Oh, I love sleepovers. Chapter 19. My eyes cracked open and looked around the room. I lied tight as the room lightly tired to shine through Trace's curtains. Trace was curled against me comfortably, and Zeke had turned over. Our backs were seen against each other. My hands instantly went to my crotch. I relaxed in relief, flooding through me. Yes, I cheered fist bump. Corey, shut up, Zeke groaned and pulled the pillow over his head. Well, someone's not a morning person, I said, and stuck my tongue out in his direction. I turned and saw Trace staring at me in confusion. What the hell are you cheering for? He growled, his voice still thick and with sleep. He stretched a little, and our bodies pressed together. He instantly jerked back, and I grabbed his arm to keep him from falling off the bed. I cheered because I didn't have a nightmare. I said, clearing my throat, oh jeez, I almost told the truth. How embarrassing. Then I had that he'd really fall right off the bed. Nightmare? Right. Trace said, rolling his eyes, putting his head back on his pillow. He looked into my eyes and bit his lip and peeked over at Zeke. I'm not gay, he said, barely audible. I know I'm not. I like girls, but Corey, he trailed off and turned to stare at the ceiling. You like the kiss? I said, also lowering my voice so he couldn't hear me. I could hear soft snores coming from him, but I wanted to be careful anyways. Trace nodded slowly, his eyes fixed on the blank ceiling. Yeah, that scares me, he mumbled. He turned over and on his side and eyed me slowly. He leaned forward and put my fingers against his lips, shaking his head. No, not until I confess. I cheated on Zeke. Sorry, Trace, I said, not meeting his eyes now. I couldn't just do that to Zeke again. Trace nodded in understanding and lay back, closing his eyes. Tell Zeke at his house, then come back here. We need to talk, he said before falling silent again. I waited a few minutes, watching Trace as he fell back asleep. The gentle rise and fall of his chest and his soft breathing in the radiant off of him. It was driving me crazy. He turned over, our bodies pressed back together, his warm breath on my arm, and his body spooned perfectly with mine. Oh dear, Corey, we have a problem. Before either of them could wake up and see what Trace had done to me, I slowly and quietly crawled out of the bed and made my way to the bathroom and took a cold shower, trying to sort out things. God, stupid self, why do I always have to get so excited? I hate cold water. I whined and stuck my tongue out of the shower head. I turned the cold water off and stepped out of the shower, wrapping in a towel around my lower half and brushing my teeth quickly before leaving the bathroom and quietly submitting in my bedroom. I shut the door and locked it before turning and flicking on my lights. Holy heart attack! I cried and jumped back, slamming my head against the door. Zeke grinned from my bed. Zeke, it's not polite to creep on your basically naked boyfriend, I said, slapping a hand over my wildly beating heart. Zeke laughed. Hey, I could have been a perv on your Hey, I could have been perved on you from your closet. At least you saw me before you took your towel off, he said with a wink. I rolled my eyes and went over to him, sitting next to him and wrapping my arm around him and kissing his cheek. Trace was sleeping, and I heard the shower going. I take it you got a little excited last night, he asked, raising an eyebrow and looking assumed, and ran a hand on my chest. I blushed. Psh, my skin is just cold because I'm a ghost. Yeah, but I'm asleep, Zeke. How could you not notice that I died? Gosh, you're a terrible boyfriend, I grumbled, crossing my arms to mine. So you died and you're holding me back he said, holding me back a laugh as I nodded. You died and then took a shower. I nodded and then stopped him before continuing to nod. Yes, I wanted to be clean when I met a big guy in the sky, said matter-of-factly. Zeke rolled his eyes and kissed me gently. Right, you're a moron, he said and laughed. I pouted again. He ran his hands through my wet hair. I grinned and shook my head wildly at him, warring on him. He shoved me away from himself playfully. I frowned and remembered what I had to tell him. Zeke watched me and frowned, also taking my hand in his. Corey, what's wrong? He asked in concern. Zeke, I'm so sorry. I kissed another boy. I can't lie to you. I'm so sorry. I cheated on you, and it's really torturing me. You're such a great guy, and I really do like you. I shouldn't have kissed another boy like that. You deserve much better than me. I understand if you hate me, I babbled miserably. I peeked at Zeke's face, and confusion entered my eyes as I did so. Zeke was smiling? Zeke, how are you going crazy? I cheated on you. How can you smile? I asked, checking his face to see if he felt warm. Do you have a fever? Mental problems? Brain damage? Pregnancy? I knew you did, Corey. Well, not really, but I knew you liked Trace. I could see it, he said with a laugh. My eyes whined a little as I tried not to blush. I never said it was Trace, I said, defensive. Zeke rolled his eyes and kissed my cheek. Corey, please, don't act like I'm stupid. I see the way you look at him. I knew you liked him when I asked you out. I could tell. It was so obvious. I just wanted to date you to see if I could make you mine for real. But I had a feeling you would go for Trace. I'm not mad. I think you guys would be good together. If Trace would stop being so stubborn. Just let me kiss you one more time, then we can be friends again. And you can be with Trace, okay? He smiled softly. Zeke, please hate me, I said weakly. He gently brought his head up to my face and shook his head. I'm not going to do that. he whispered before pulling my head towards his. He gently pressed his lips onto mine. He pulled away and smiled again. I can't hate you, Corey. Now go confidant with Trey. Wake him up and talk to him. I have to go to a doctor's appointment, but I'll call you when I'm out, and you let me know how everything went, he said, saying and pulling me with him. Wait, Zeke, I'm only in my towel, he hissed and shoved me in Trace's room. He grinned and grabbed the door handle. I know. Trace, get up! He winked and slammed the door, leaving me alone in my stepbrother groaned and sad before his eyes. Trace glanced at me and raised an eyebrow. Corey, where are your clothes? He asked impatiently, saying that and running a hand through his bedhead hair. I got mugged by a hobo and broke into my room, and he was all, Corey, give me your clothes or I'll kill your family. So I gave him my clothes, and I saved your life. You're welcome, I said simply. Shut up. Did Zeke leave for his doctor's appointment? I nodded at him and sat on the edge of his bed. So, are you gay, or did you just kiss me for the hell of it? Because Zeke knows, because I didn't tell him, he just knew. And we're on good terms, but we're not dating anymore, I said. A little sad at that, though. Poor Zeke. Trace shifted into a more comfortable position aside. I liked that kiss. I like you, but I never had a feeling for a guy before. I never had a girlfriend. I fucked that girlfriend several times. I never felt like this for a guy before. He said silently, but not looking at me. But I know I like you, and I'm sick of lying to myself. I scooted over to him and tipped his chin and looked into my eyes. I slowly brought my lips to his. He wrapped his arms around my neck and kissed me back. I opened my mouth and let his tongue explore in to explore again. Trace pulled me on top of him and fell back on his bed. He ran his hand on his chest and hurried to pull his shirt off. He brought his hands up to my hips, and our tongues worked on each other. Trace grabbed the towel and moved it to take it off me. The door handle began to move. We jumped away from each other. Trace scrambled to pull his shirt back on as I stood next to the bed. The door opened and Trace got on his shirt. Brandon peeked and smiled. Hey, you guys are up. Corey, you showered? I rolled my eyes, trying to act casual despite the butterflies in my stomach right now. I nodded and ran a hand through my wet hair. I tend to do that, so I don't smell bad, Brandon said. I said sarcastically. Yeah, so like to jerk off in there, just flat out cum on your walls. I'll keep that in mind next time Trace is cleaning the bathroom. In other news, breakfast is ready, he said, rolling his eyes. Get out of my room, Dad. You too, Corey. I'm up. You don't need to be so annoying about it, Trace grumbled, but without a usual venom in his voice. How far am I? 13. Trace, stop it, Brandon said stern before leaving me. We listened and made our way down the stairs before I turned back to Trace. Trace, I hate to break it to you, but you're not as straight as you thought, I said, raising an eyebrow at him. I know, I'm gonna break up with my girlfriend if she doesn't kill me. I do want to be with you. I feel so damn strong for you, Corey. I hate it, but at the same time, I love it. We just can't let our parents know. Your mom will take you and leave. This is so wrong. Well, we'll keep it secret when they are not around. Well, you know. He stood up and moved towards his bedroom door. He glanced back at me as he stood in the doorway. See you at breakfast, faggot, he said before leaving and going downstairs. Confused, I stared at his now empty bed. So now I was technically dating my stepbrother. Well, this would be certainly more than interesting than breaking a hobo into my room and stealing my clothes. Oh, there's no... And sorry it sucks. I'm just really, really hungry and tired right now. Haha. So, what do you guys think is going to happen now with Trace and Corey? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I am not going to go into my rant because I already got rid of that in my last video. I'm still pissed off. But, and until next time, gays, okay? Just ask the GSA. Mwah!